You're not gonna believe how much we spend on this house, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead. So today's video is gonna be very different, and it's the video you guys have been waiting for a long time. It's the cost breakdown of our house. All right, guys. So our journey began when we moved from the city and buy raw land. So buying raw land is a good investment. You'll see the fruit of your labor, like I said in our last video, and it's best when you try to do as much as you can so you can save on costs. So the reason why the price that I'm gonna give you guys today is what it is because we do 80% of the work ourselves, so we save on costs where we can. Whatever we can do, we do it ourselves and not pay someone else to do it. It might not be professionally done, but hey, it's still look good. And you'll actually learn in the process while you're doing stuff for yourself. So here's the cost breakdown. All right, guys, this is not gonna be, the price of the land is not gonna be included in this video because the price can vary for different states, and the state that we're in is Texas. So and this was like, we bought the land like 3 years ago. So yeah, we didn't do anything for it, do anything on this land for a year straight when we bought it. So we just left it just like that. And in the next 2 years, we start working on there. So the price that we paid for our slab, our concrete slab. So guys, do your research whenever you're getting someone to pour a slab for you, and go with the best option for you and your family. And don't try to go cheap because you'll get a messy job and then you'll pay in the long run. So try your best and get something reasonable, where you'll actually be saving also. Don't like pay like $30,000 for a slab or anything, that's kind of way up there, and depends on what you're getting. So we got a close to 2,000 square feet slab. So we paid $18,000, and that includes the concrete trucks coming out, the labor costs, and the materials. So basically like rebars and stuff like that, and the, what you call that thing, the underlayment that they put for moisture barrier. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, moisture barrier. So all that stuff is included and whatever. So these are just kind of rough estimate, guys. So don't hold me to it because it's been a long time. So I'm not 100% sure of the actual cost, but it's close to it. I get it as close as I can and as I can remember. And I kind of make sure you're kind of keeping track of all the stuff you're paying for. So we do most of our stuff through a checkbook. So we kind of keep track of the spending that we did. So next, after we're finished with the slab, I shouldn't say before, after we finished with the slab, we got the, I should have said this first, we got the house plan. So we bought our house plan online, and we paid like $1,000 on the plan, and you get to customize it the way you want. That's included in the design. Different people will actually charge you extra just for changes, like maybe like a $50 or you never know. But we paid $1,000, and the wife put her spin on this because where we used to live, we had like a lot of wasted space. So we're like, we don't want that anymore. So we're trying to make sure we use every space in this house as we can. And there was a bunch of wasted space also. So that's what we did. So the wife came up with a creative idea and designed the layout where she wants stuff, and that's what we got right now. Next on the list, and I didn't get to say, I should have said this. It depends on the layout. I think the A-frame might be the kind of the cheapest route to go when you're building, because or make sure you're building just a square, because if you're building like different shapes and designs, it's gonna cost you more. So not saying the A-frame is actually cheaper, but just build one square. As you can see, most houses are just a square or a rectangle, so you choose, and then you build that one. So then we got a company that came in, and it includes the materials that we use to build a house: siding, roofing, lumber, everything, OSB, house wrap, and yeah, nails, whatever, screws. You get the picture, guys. And the reason why we paid a little extra is because we use 2x6 and not 2x4, because we want our house to be structurally sound and stronger. You know, for some reason they say you get a stronger house from a 2x6 than a 2x4, so that's why we went with a 2x6. So the company charges in total for framing and materials. They charge windows, doors, everything, $45,000. All right. And the reason why it's that, because it's 2x6, like I said, so it costs a little bit more. So $45,000 to build with material and everything. So next on the house costs, this is just the house cost I'm giving you guys. This ain't the well, septic, pump house, carport, nothing. Just the house, what we spend on the house by itself. So the next step, we didn't know what we were doing. So we were just doing research and see what's the next step you should do when you're building a house. So the next step was plumbing, but I should have said the plumbing was done with the slab. So you know, so when we're doing our plumbing, we have like 3 different phases of plumbing. So we had the first phase is when the plumber came in and do all his work while the concrete guys were doing their stuff also. And then the second phase is when the house is finished. When the house is finished framing, he doing all his interior works and stuff. And then the third phase is when the house is drywall and everything. Then he comes in, put in all the finishes. So in total, we pay $9,000 for the plumbing. And we didn't pay all $9,000 one time. We paid it in like different phases, like I said. Phase 1, we paid 3. Phase 2, we paid another 3. And you get it. So that's where it came up to be $9,000. And that include everything, you know. And material, that include materials and everything also, which I don't think a plumber would be charging you that much and not include materials, you know what I'm saying? So next on the list is electric. How much does electric cost? Yeah, it costs, but it depends on what company you get also. So everything is just depends on who you choose and what's right for you, like I said. All right. So this price includes labor and materials. Everything that I'm telling you includes labor and material. And for electric, we paid $6,000 to get the entire house wired and everything. All right. I should be checking off stuff while I'm working my way down, guys. So the next on the list after electric is AC. So you gotta know what is after each process. All right. So you don't do one before the other. So we didn't know what to do. So, you know, like you coming in fresh, you're probably gonna be like, what should I do next? What should I do next? Always do your research. All right, guys. So we got AC. So you got to do AC before you do spray foam. All right. So we spend $8,000 on AC. So we got 2 quotes for the AC. And one guy was gonna charge us like $12,000, almost $13,000 just for this house. So we got a second opinion. Another guy, he was gonna charge, well, it wasn't two, it was three guys. Three companies we got for the AC. The other guy said $10,000. And then he wanted us to do like stuff on the outside because he's like, he couldn't get the ductwork where he needed to get it. So he wanted us to add stuff. I'm like, we ain't doing that. Then we got another company that charged us the $8,000. So like I said, guys, do your research, all right? So you don't get messed up. Let me check that off my list. And then after AC, we go to the next one. The other one is spray foam, guys. Yep, right after AC, you do spray foam. So we got two companies that came out and give us an estimate of what they'll charge us. The first one was charging us $8,000 just to spray foam this house. And we're like, that ain't gonna work. So we got another estimate, and that came up to be, let's see, $5,000. So we saved $3,000 by going this route, and it's a open cell spray foam. So closed cell, for some reason, closed cell costs more than open cell. I didn't know that. So, or I think it's around the same price. So, you know, but the difference is the closed cell makes it a little bit more structurally sound. So that's the difference between open and close. And that's what we paid for that one. So, yeah. And then the next one is drywall. For drywall, we got multiple companies also that we called and see our best option and what will work for us. And unfortunately, we didn't get any. Well, we got a lot, but the price that they were going to charge us and the timing that they were going to do it, we got one company was going to charge us $8,000 to do drywall. And he was like 2 months out. And then we got another company, he was gonna charge us $10,000, and he was ready to start right away. And I'm like, the price is kind of up there, you know? Then we got another company, and he was charging us, I think he was charging us by the square footage. And I'm like, I told him, it's like he was saying it's not the square footage of the house, the square footage of the walls. I'm like, you want us to go calculate all the walls? I'm like, we ain't gonna go with you. So guess what we did? We did the drywall ourselves. And I think it came out very nice. As you can see, yeah. And like you can see, nice drywall. All right, so after drywall, then we got paint and primer. No, I didn't tell you how much money we spend on drywall by doing it ourselves. Guys, tell me to slow down because I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, so let me check the spray foam. And then drywall. So we spend $2,000 on drywall, and that's just for material. For the entire house, it costs us $2,000 just for the drywall. And as you can see in our videos, when the guy was delivering it, and then we went and pick up some of the drywall ourselves, you know. And I'm gonna show you a little clip when we were picking up the drywalls ourselves also. Yeah. The wife was kind of recording that, and I didn't put it in the video. I forgot about it. That was a long time ago. That was like a year ago now, guys. So Yes, paint and primer. So we called some companies, well, not some, we called one company, and he was gonna charge us like $2,500 just to paint the interior of this house. And he said he would paint the doors and trims also, but we would have to get the trims at the time. But then he was coming out here, and we needed him to get everything painted before we could actually finish our interior work with electric and stuff. So he was coming out here, his truck broke down, so we're like, what do we do now? Well, we went and bought all the paints, and then he called us and like, he ain't gonna make it. So my wife was like, what should we do? I'm like, you know what? That 2,500's not burning our pockets. You know, we're not in any rush to give it away. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna paint this house ourselves. It was a long process, but we got it done. As you can see, it's looking nice. And what I did was, and mind you, the reason why we didn't try to paint the house ourselves in the first, we were trying to get someone to paint the house, is because we work. And then when we get off work, it's like we're tired. So, you know, it's kind of hard. So, but I leave work in the evening and I come to this house and I paint, then I go back home, then go to work the next day. The same thing every day until I get it done. But then the paint primer only cost us like $500. So we actually saved $2,000 by doing it ourselves, because we only bought the paint. And we were gonna paid someone $2,500 to paint the house, and that did not include the paint. So that was gonna be $3,000 just to paint this house. So there you go. We save ourselves $2,500 by doing it ourselves then. All right, so the next on the list is cabinets. Check this off. Oh, you guys are back. All right. I thought we were going for a long break, but you guys have snuck up on me. All right, next we got cabinets, like I said. So we got a cabinets from, what's this company called? The wife ain't here right now, so I can't really ask her. RTA cabinets. We're not sponsored by RTA by no means. So yeah, like I said, we're not sponsored. So for our cabinets, we got them. The price was $4,000 for the entire kitchen. But we actually got them for $2,000 because, as we showed you, I don't know, I think it's the video. This is a video that we did when we were putting in the cabinets. I showed you where it got damaged, so they took money off because it was damaged. All right, so let me take my cabinets. So yeah, so we actually spent $2,000 on our cabinets. So that was a deal, and I ain't mad at that at all. So after cabinets, what else you do? You do flooring. And so I'm gonna include flooring with the tiles in the bathrooms and the showers and everything. So in total, we spend $9,000 for the entire thing, the bathrooms, the bedrooms, and the living room. Because we have LVP, luxury vinyl plank in the living room that looks like real wood. And then we got carpet in the bedrooms and tiles in the bathrooms. So yeah, that's what we spend on flooring so far, $9,000. Are you guys calculating everything? All right, let me take this off. Got that. So after flooring, what else do you do? We do trim work. And for flooring, we hired that out, you know, because, yeah, like I said, we were working. So certain things you hire out if you ain't got the time to do it. So, you know, you do what you can do. And if you don't think your skill level is up there to do it, get a professional. All right, so next we do trim works, and we did the trim work ourselves. We learn in the process also, and we bring you guys along with us while we're doing it. So for trim work, I think we spend like around, I want to say it's close to $2,000. You know, it might not be, but let's ballpark put it at $2,000. You know, but I don't know how much a company would charge if they do it, but you know, everything adds up. You know, trim for each rooms, and we did the mud room also. And you see we do like a backboard and stuff like that. So, and that includes like the shelving that we built in the laundry room and in the guest closet. That's all included in the trim. So everything just adds up, you know, the shelving, the thing, the rack that you hang your clothes. Yeah. So that's included, and we spent $2,000 on that one. So next, that's everything that we spend on the house so far. I'm not gonna give you a price on appliances, because it just depends on whatever appliances you guys use and whatever you like. So what we chose in this house was the Z-Line kitchen system brand. So we got Z-Line wood vent, Z-Line sink, and Z-Line stove. So yeah, and we just got LG dishwasher and a refrigerator because we like LG, and we never had any problem with LG. But the wife, she actually was doing some research on Z-Line, and she likes the company. And like I said, we're not sponsored by them either. I'm just telling you what we use and what we like. So she did her research and she ended up liking that one. For our well, let me tell you a funny story, guys. Whenever you're doing your well, make sure you get a bunch of quotes. Don't just go with the first one you get, or the second one, or the third one. You know, just keep going. So first, what we're trying to do is get a modular house on this property, and everything came up to be a high price, and we were gonna be stuck in a mortgage for the rest of our lives, which we weren't planning on doing. So when we were going over specs and stuff for the house, the person that was giving us the details asked us if we got water at the property. We said no, we're probably gonna need a well. So would you believe the person told us the well would cost us $70,000 just to build? Cost more than the house, just the frame. $70,000, guys, just for a well. When the person said that said it to us in the office, my wife and I, we looked at each other and we looked back at it and we're like, can you repeat that? And they're like, yeah, because it's very expensive, it's hard to get, and blah blah this, and you know, but we're like, nah. So what we got our well for is $8,000, and that's almost 200 feet deep. That's why. And it depends on how far down you dig. That's the pricing you're gonna get. So that's what they came up with, and that includes the pressure tank also. So that's $8,000 for the well. All right, so and since we're on the well, we might as well go to the pump house. On the pump house, we called the company to build it for us, because We didn't know what to do, so we were trying to get her well secure because we had that thunderstorm with the hail and stuff. We decided to call the same company that built our house and see how much they would cost to build the pump house. Because it's a tiny house, pretty much. It's 120 square feet. So we're like, since we already know them, why not just get them to come out here and build it? So we called them and they told us it was gonna cost us $7,000 to build. And that's not including slab. So we're like, let us get our slab first and then we'll see. So we were calm. We're trying to decide what we're gonna do about the slab. So we decided we're just gonna build our pour our own slab. So we called a company, a concrete company, and it was $1,200 for 120 square feet slab. I'm like, that's pricey. So we're like, we ain't gonna do that. So we did a dry pour, and that only cost us $250 for the dry pour. So that's that's not included in the price that I'm gonna give you now. So like I said, it's just a rough estimate. So total, we spend for like materials, we spend $1,000. All right. And so we get some other guys to come out here and build it. So they charge us like $2,000. And then they sold us the roofing materials also. So it cost us $1,000. So in total, we spent $3,000 to build a pump house with materials. So 7,000, 3,000. You know, you just got to pick which one is gonna work for you. So that's how we started learning that we can do most of this stuff ourselves and save money, because like I said, it would have cost us a lot more if we didn't do most of this ourselves. So make sure you guys are checking. So for our carport, we decided to use the same guy that built the pump house. So, you know, because he was more reasonable and he was working with us more than any other company. He's not like a big company that builds stuff, but they got their own roofing company. So that's why they include the roofing with whatever they're doing. So yeah. So for carport, for materials, we got it from Home Depot. We spent like $1,200 on materials for the carport, like lumber and the 6x6 posts and stuff like that. We spent like $1,200. And for the roofing and the labor to build the carport, we spend $2,000 to build the carport. So total, everything came to $3,200 to build our carport. We didn't like go out there and try to find a company that builds carport and stuff like that. We just work with these guys because they build a pump house and it was nice. We didn't have any issues, so we decided to use them for the carport, and it worked out. So there you go for our carport. So we got the total cost for everything. You got the carport, the pump house, the well, the septic, and our main house. So, and then you got like, then we have like $10,000 extras for like miscellaneous stuff. You know, you never know. Certain stuff is gonna come up, so make sure you have like some extra money put aside for whatever stuff you're gonna need. So in total, we spent, drum roll, I'm gonna take a break. I'm just kidding. All right, we spent $135,700. You're probably like, Where did you get the $700 from? It was from that $1,200 from that carport. That's the extra $200 because everything else was even number. And the funny thing is, when we were doing stuff and we call certain people, most people, like, the magic number was just like $5,000. It was nothing lower than $5,000. It might be above, but not below. So that's why we decided to learn what we can. And I didn't even put the cost of the screen porch that we built ourselves. So that's 135,000 so far, and there's some other stuff that we didn't include it. So this is just a rough estimate, and the land is not included in there also. So now you see how much it costs to build this house, and this is over a 2-year period. It's not like we got all the money at once and we just toss it all into building. No, that didn't happen. So we took our time. We work hard. We pull some extra shift just to get it done. And here we are in our nice house that we built from the ground up. And let me tell you guys, like I said in our long video that we did, we had no experience, and with the Most High, praise Yah, we got it done. And you can do anything you put your mind to, guys. Like I said, hard work and dedication, and just make sure whoever you're trying to start this journey with, both of you guys are on the same page. Because if you're not on the same page, trust me, building a house from scratch, from the ground up, if you're married, it will test your marriage. Believe me, guys, it will test your marriage. You got to be strong and make sure both of you want the same thing, so you will achieve it. But yeah, guys, I gave you the cost breakdown. So if you enjoy today's video, like I always say, guys, remember to like, share, subscribe. Until then, we'll catch you in the next one.